Okay, I need a quiet. Thank you. All right. So, thank you, sir. First off, let's go ahead and type out the following or write out the following. We are going to do some review. Okay. What are we reviewing? We are reviewing what happens when you have the same denominator. That, had that up for like 10 minutes, man. Yeah, we gotta be on task. Okay, so I want you guys to do the following. When it comes to same denominator, try to add the following two fractions and tell me what you get. Take about 10 more seconds to add the two fractions. Yeah. Okay. So who can tell me what 3/4 plus 7/4 is equal to? 10? Yes, you're correct. 10. 10 what? 10 over 8? Am I right? 10 over 8? No, 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 no. 10 over 4. 10 over 4. All right. So how come I was able to just combine these two fractions? Because we have the same denominator, right? So I don't have to do anything. It's like you can just put it together at the top, leave it over the bottom. All right, easy, easy. What happens if you have one denominator that is a multiple of the other? Whoa. All right, write this down. Huh? It's YouTube. Okay. So if you have one denominator that is a multiple of the other, then you need to know these terms. You need to know the LCD. And what does the LCD stand for, guys? Least common. Thank you, Posada. Denominator. And you need to know the LCM. What does LCM stand for? Raising your hand. Riley, thank you. Least common multiple. Okay. Yeah, I'll send it. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Relax, relax. All right. Okay. So look at this example then. What if I wanted to do the following? What if I wanted to do 5 over 7 plus 2 over 21? Actually, let's do minus. 5 over 7 minus 2 over 21. Am I able to just combine these like I did in the last example? No, and the reason why I can't do that is because I don't have the same denominator. But um, you will notice that our two denominators, 7 and 21, they share a common multiple. So we're going to go ahead and find the LCM, the least common multiple, and we'll start with 7. So multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28. And then if we do the same thing with 21, we're starting with 21, 42, 63, and so on and so forth. However, which of these is going to be the LCM, the least common multiple between 7 and 21? 21. So the first number that comes up between them is 21. All right. So that means the following. This is how it works. So you find the least common multiple, and based off the least common multiple, you're gonna make your least common denominator. So our LCD then will be the number 21. Okay. So that means that we have to manipulate, or we have to, do something to each fraction to make it have a denominator of 21. In this case, what will I have to do to 5 over 7 to make it have a denominator of 21? Multiply it by 3. Now, I can't multiply just the bottom by 3. I have to do the top as well. Am I going to multiply anything for the 21? No, I'm going to leave it how it is. It's already my LCD. So 5 times 3 is 15. 7 times 3 is 21. We have 15 minus 2 over 21. And now you can combine this like we did earlier. 15 minus 2 is 13. And our final answer is 13 over 21. Now, this is what you have to know. Everything that I'm showing you right now, I know you're thinking, yeah, this is super easy, Mr. B. Why are you showing us this easy stuff? It's because it's an application, all right? You can't show a toddler how to run because they can't even walk. So I'm showing you how to walk so you can run. See how that works? Okay. Okay, then we have the next one. This final one is going to be when neither, denominator is a multiple of the other. Okay. So go ahead and write this down. Neither denominator is a multiple of the other. For example, 2/3 plus 1/4. 2/3 plus 1/4. So you will notice that there is no immediate multiple for 3 and 4. So you are going to have to find the least common multiple. So go ahead and get that going. Between 3 and 4, find the multiple. So just make a list: 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then do the same for 4. 4, 8, 12, and then circle the LCM. Take about 30 seconds. Shouldn't take any longer than that. Let's find the LCM. Good. All right. So the least common denominator for you guys should be 12. How did you find this? If you do 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, and then 4, 8, 12, you will see that 12 is the shared one. Okay? So now that we know our least common denominator, we have to go ahead and multiply each of our fractions by something to get that denominator. So for example, 2 over 3, what do I have to multiply 3 by to get 12? by 4. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 4. And then what about 1/4? What am I going to multiply 1/4 by to get at 12? By 3. 3 and 3. All right, 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 over 12 is going to equal 11 over 12. And that's our final answer. All right. Any questions on this review? No, it's creamer. No, that would be a lot. Okay, then now we can look at some rational expressions. All right. All right. Let me do that down here. Okay. Here is your example. Go ahead and write this down. Now let's say we want to do 5x over 4. So we'll start with something easy. 5x over 4 plus 5 over 2x. 5x over 4 plus 5 over 2x. Go ahead and write that down. And as you're writing that down, I want you to start thinking about the least common multiple between 2 and 4. Think of the strategy. The least common multiple between 2 and 4 is going to be 4. However, that won't be our least common denominator. And I'll tell you what I mean. So between 2 and 4, the multiple is 4. But you have to take into account that this has an x. So your least common denominator is going to be your least common multiple, which is 4, but it needs to include that x. So it's actually going to be 4x. Yeah, you have to include the x. So then what must we multiply the first fraction by to get a denominator of 4x? I multiply by x over x, and then I multiply this by 2 over 2, right? Because our goal is to get a common denominator. Now we have a common denominator of 4x. 5x times x, what is that going to give me? 5x squared. And then 5 times 2 is 10, so I have 5x squared plus 10 over 4x, and that is it. Yep. You can't. 5x squared and 10 can't combine. Okay, any questions? Yeah, go ahead. Say it again. If you wanted to simplify the top, you could, but right now we're just looking to add. So you're not gonna have to simplify again. All right, you can just leave it like that. All right, let's move on to the next example. I think I'm out of space. All right. So here's the next example: 5x over 6 plus 3 over x plus 4. Okay, so think about this question now. Think about how it's different than the ones that we've looked at so far. You really can't find a common multiple between 6 and x plus 4, but you can still come up with a common denominator for that by putting it all together. So this is what I mean. Like I said, you can't find the multiple between 6 and x plus 4, but you could put everything together just by multiplying it out. So the LCD then becomes the product of 6 and x plus 4. So that means we want the bottom to have a 6 times x plus 4. Multiplying the binomial. Excuse me. So from the first fraction, what are we missing? We have the 6. What are we missing though? The x plus 4. X plus 4. And then from the right side, we're missing the 6. So now we have a common denominator of 6x plus 4. And we can go ahead and find the numerator. 5 times x is 5x squared. 5 times 4 is 20x. And then 3 times 6 is 18. And that's going to be our final solution. This will not be on your quiz Friday. No. You could. Why'd you bring this? Okay. All right. Let's look at subtracting now. So let's go. Oh, I do have space. Here is your next example. Two x over x minus 4. Minus 4x x plus 3. All right. All right, so copy this down, and then we're going to talk about the LCD. So there is no common multiple because there are really no numbers here. Like we do have more variables in this case. So anytime you have a variable like this, to find your common denominator, it's basically just going to be multiplying out the denominators together. So we're going to put them together. The LCD will be a product of these two denominators. All right, this thing's. I'm gonna have to disconnect because this thing's like starting to glitch out. Yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna put this back on. All right. Are you guys ready for your next example then? Okay, here is your next example. I'm gonna have you guys write the following down, please. We have 2x over 3x minus 3 plus x minus 5 over x squared plus 2x minus 3. Go ahead and copy this down. And we are going to have to do a lot of steps for this one. We will need to simplify this before we do anything else. All right. So 3x minus 3. 3x minus 3. What can I do with 3x minus 3? How can I simplify this? Thank you. GCF. So when we take the GCF of 3x minus 3, we're going to get 3 on the outside and x minus 1 on the inside. What about the trinomial x squared plus 2x minus 3? What can we do with that? We can factor using the giant x. We don't need to do x box because why is it that we don't need to do x box here? There is no number in the front, there is no leading coefficient, so just a giant x is fine. If you're doing an x box, you can do the x box. Like, see some of you guys are like mad that I'm telling you you can't do it. You can do it, you're just doing extra work. It's up to you. The x box on this will give me the following two numbers, 3 and negative 1. So that means I'm going to get the following fraction, x minus 5 over x plus 3 and x minus 1. Okay, so now we can find the LCD based on our denominators. You can tell that we already have something in common. We have this in common between both denominators. So we're going to make a blend of all three things. And this is what it's going to look like. The LCD will be a blend of all three terms. First, we need to make sure there's a 3 in our new LCD because it's in one of the fractions. We already have the x minus 1, so we'll keep that. And then the second fraction has an x plus 3. We're going to include that as well. So this is our new LCD. No, you're not doing x minus 1 squared because we're not combining them. I'm just like writing this on the side. Like I want my new LCD to have all three terms. Yep. So my first fraction already has 2 of the 3 terms. It has the 3 and it has the x minus 1, but it's missing what? What is it missing to have this? It's missing the x plus 3. So that's what we're going to multiply it by. We're going to multiply it by x plus 3 over x plus 3. And then you'll do the same for the second fraction. It has the x plus 3. It has the x minus 1, but it's missing the 3. So you multiply top and bottom by 3. This next part is kind of the easy part because you're going to put your new LCD, which is 3, x minus 1, x plus 3. And then you're going to do all the distribution for the bottom. For the top. So 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x and 3 makes 6x. And then 3 times x is 3x. And 3 and negative 5 makes negative 15. So this is what we end up getting. That is your new trinomial. And we are going to combine like terms. So we're just going to combine the 6x and the 3x, since those are the only terms we can combine. And that's going to give us 2x squared plus 9x minus 15 over 3x minus 1, x plus 3. This is our final answer. I know some of you guys are thinking, can we factor 2x squared plus 9x minus 15? I don't think you can, but I'm not going to make you find out. You can just stop there. The last and final thing is to write down the excluded values. And once again, that's for any variable in the denominator you're going to solve for. That would be x equals 1 and x equals negative 3 as our EVs. If you, at this point, still struggle with EVs, go home, spend some time on YouTube, spend some time on ChatGPT. I don't know, figure it out. Ask Google how you can solve for an excluded value. Yes. The 3 you don't find anything because 3 is a constant. You only solve for variables. All right. How are we feeling? Okay. Well, we are still not at our break yet. We have 15 more minutes before we can take a break. So let's increase the difficulty. We're going to increase the difficulty and decrease how much I help. Okay, write this down. 2 over 8x to the 4th plus 4x to the 3rd minus 4 over x plus 2. All right. See what you can do with this one. I'm going to give you guys 8 minutes. See if your team can solve this. Go ahead and get started.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Okay. So, coming back together, like I said earlier before this thing started glitching out, it's going to be a product of both denominators. So, it's going to look like this. X minus 4 times x plus 3. We want our common denominator to look just like this. Now, if you notice, the first fraction already has the denominator that has the x minus 4. So we're missing the other part, which is the x plus 3. We're going to multiply our first denominator by x plus 3, top and bottom. And our second fraction will multiply by x minus 4, top and bottom. Take this time to figure out what the numerator will equal.